was a lot. Oh yeah, parts.
Wait, what? You were on leave?
Yeah, I had all this money, and I was a big shot.
I was gonna say, why wasn't it in a bank?
Well,
hey, if you're in the Navy, you don't put money in
hey,
the
I
bank.
got around. I knew all the
Yeah,
answers.
yeah.
I got my.
He loaned guys money. Did you loan a lot of guys money?
No, I didn't loan anybody any money.
Yeah,
you loaned one guy money.
Well, and I ran.
10 years after the depression,
You already
you're
told
going
us
to
you
trust a
loaned
bank
somebody
with
$50.
cash?
In 1944, that was more than 10 years.
Well, I didn't know. The thing about it was that I had that money in my wallet and everything, and we were in the back seat, and George, I let him drive the car. It was Hackey's car, and so when we get drop his girlfriend off, then
It wasn't Hackey's car.
whose car was it?
It was my dad's car.
It wasn't.
They took Marge back to her job in Emporium. Yes.
Oh, well, maybe that was the other when I wrecked the car.
Oh, now which car did you wreck?
What happened?
Hackey's. Oh, okay.
Whenever we dropped his girlfriend off, then we got into the front seat. And I still think it was Hackey's car. I know it was Hackey's car because when I came home and I said I borrowed money from him, and he said, "Why would you borrow money from this thing?" Because well, anyway, it was Hackey. I was driving. How did I get?
On the bus. You came on the bus to Du Bois.
Well,
And I picked you up at the bus station.
well, okay, but anyway,
Another time that we at Hackey's car, you wrecked.
I thought, well, when I got out of the car, I thought, well, when I got in the room, my wallet's not here; it's out in the car. So I waited till morning.
How are you supposed to see?
Well, it'll be safe in the car out here in the country.
And in the morning, I went out to look in the car. I couldn't find it. And then I realized I thought, well, now, wait a minute. No, the Smiths wouldn't take my money,
I don't know. Would Uncle George?
No, he was just a young little kid. Anyway, what happened? He was about 15 or so. Anyway, what happened
He was driving and he was 15.
I called the police, state police, and told them I had my leave papers in it and everything, and $750. And then I thought, well, now what am I going to do for money? So I thought, well,
But how did it get stolen?
They said, well, we can loan you some money. And they said, how much do you need? Oh, I said, give me about $300. But I almost went through the floor. They didn't have $300, at all. So I don't remember, but I borrowed some, whatever they gave me. And I went back to home, and my brother-in-law said, well, what about this? I borrowed this money. I borrowed more. I think I might have gotten $100 or $200. He says, how come you borrowed money from strangers? I said, I didn't have any money to come home because I had to get a bus home. And anyway, what happened was that I never did get the money back. But we picked up a kid. It was raining and we were coming through Falls Creek and along the road. And this kid was standing in the rain, and your mother said, "Don't pick him up. This is no. Don't stop. Don't pick him up." I said, "Nah, it's raining. And I'm going to pick him up." And I picked him up. He got in the back seat. Wallet must have fallen out of my pocket in the back seat when we were back there. And when he found it, he got out of the car and we dropped him off. He was rushed in the house. And until I got hold of the state police and everything, they went to check on him. The father had left town. He went somewhere, they didn't know where. Well, he had the money, he didn't want to be there, and I had no leave papers. Then the other time was I was going to see her mother, and I borrowed Hackey's car, last car they could get before the war. He just got it. I was happy as a bird and everything. I come around a turn, it's raining, and as I come around, a coal truck comes the other way. I get off the road, and it's mud alongside, and I can't get on the road, and I started heading for a culvert, and I swung it, and pitched me over. I rolled over. And the roof crashed down on my head. The windows were smashed. The windshield was smashed.
Oh,
So I drove up to Indiana. Where was that name of that town?
Waterford.
Waterford.
Yeah.
So I drove up to
Northeast
Indiana,
town.
and she's waiting for me in the
One out,
library.
outside of Ligonier.
And when I walk in, she starts chewing me out because I'm late. And I said, well, I want to go show you somewhere. I said, where? I said, we'll have to walk. In the meantime, I had taken a car first up to the Ford garage in town. And I walked in that place. I called my brother-in-law. And I told him, I went to the garage. And I went to the garage, and the guy said, yeah, what can I do for you? I said, well, I just damaged my car. Damaged the car, and I'd like to get it fixed. And I said, could you fix it in a couple of days? And he said, well, where is it? I said, outside. He went out and he looked at it. He said, no, I don't. I said, how'd you get it here? I said, I drove it. But it, no windshield was broken and everything. Very little of it anyway. But
oh
anyway,
boy.
he said, oh man, you can't fix that. That's going to take a month to fix. So I got on the phone, called my brother-in-law and told him. He said, are you hurt? I said, no. No, I'm not hurt. He said, all right, drive it home. So I drive it to Windsor.
Oh my gosh.
And she's with me. She's with me.
I'm sitting in this with this windshield up.
And it's mud all caked.
Everybody we pass, look at us.
And we drive down the alley to get to the garage so nobody in Windsor would see us. And we went into Wally's, the garage,
Yeah.
but we called them. And they looked at it and said, well, then Barney came down with Dickie. Dickie was just about 6 years old.
Yeah.
And so we walked in the house and they said, what's the matter, Jim? I said, well, I damaged the car a little bit. I said, I went through a thing, but, well, where is it hurt? I said, no, nobody was hurt. And Dickie said, oh, Baba, you should see the car's all smashed.
You wanted to check in, huh?
When we drove through Johnstown, every stoplight would stop at people would stare at us and look at us and wonder. I got a few bruised places, but other than that, I had a little cut on my hand, I think. I'm lucky. I could have gotten killed. But it rolled, hit the thing, rolled over, rolled up a bank, and rolled back down onto the road, going the other way. Boy, I held that wheel, it was bent where I was holding on. My legs were bruised, when I flipped over.
2 hours ago.
Oh, and then she gave me the devil because I was late. Just think, well, you wouldn't be here if that happened. Stop thinking about all those factors
Yeah.
but that happens in life.
No, what you said.
Yeah, lots of it points out the story about the gear shift coming out in his hand. He had a Hudson Terraplane. He's down at Market and Broad in Philadelphia, where it clocked in at noon.